Welcome back to Good Morning Football. Lots of guests, lots of fun. Big game tonight in Philadelphia as the defending champion Buccaneers, Tom Brady and company, head to town. That one you can see right here at 8 p.m. Eastern on NFL Network. Let's say good morning to Tom Pelissero, joining us to talk about some superstars that could hopefully be back on the field in Week 6. What is the latest with Tua Tagovailoa and Christian McCaffrey?
Okay, Tua Tagovailoa was back on the practice field on Wednesday, and Dolphins coach said Tua is moving in the right direction to make his return to the lineup on Sunday in London against the Jaguars. Tua missed the past 3 games on injured reserve after suffering those fractured ribs. The Dolphins lost all 3 of the games. Flores said mainly what they need to figure out is just, can he make all the throws through the course of practice? Can he move to his right, move to his left? Can he step up in the pocket? And they will not know until they get into a game about how well Tua can take a hit. If he cannot go, it would be Jacoby Brissett getting the nod once again. In others news, Panthers running back Christian McCaffrey limited in practice on Wednesday. And Coach Matt LaFleur said it's 50-50. He's probably going to be a game-time decision on Sunday against the Vikings. McCaffrey injured his hamstring back in that Thursday night game against the Texans. The Panthers have lost 2 games since after their 3-0 start. Okay.
Appreciate you, Tom Pelissero. Now we got to get to some beef. I don't know if you heard what Matt LaFleur said, Tom Pelissero, but keep it right here because I happen to like stats, and we're going to dig into this. The Packers facing my Chicago Bears this weekend in Chicago, and let's look at the defensive side of the ball. Some of Green Bay's stats, putrid, not great. Last in the league in red zone defense, so they're saying there's a chance for my Bears. And Justin Fields, well, their head coach was asked about seeing stats like this and whether or not they matter to him. Look at this.
Stats are for losers. Sorry. You guys can have a heyday with that. All I care about is wins and losses. And right now, we lost our first game of the year. We won 4 in a row, and we're trying to go 1-0 this week. So as long as we keep winning, I'll let you guys write about the stats, and we'll just try to keep taking it one game at a time and going 1-0 each week.
Time for a little believe it or not. Thank you so much. Kyle Brandt on the drums. All right, let's start with what Matt LaFleur said. Here's some stats. Matt LaFleur is 30-7, and on Sunday will become the 3rd fastest coach to 30 wins in NFL history. He's also 4-0 against the Chicago Bears. Stats are pretty important and pretty cool sometimes. Peter, what do you think? Are stats for losers, believe it or not?
I believe it. He's right. Stats are for losers. I want to take every stat head and stick them in a locker. But did you know something, guys? Did you know that Jamar Chase is the first wide receiver in NFL history to have 5 100-yard games in his first 5 starts since Randy Moss in 1998? Okay. Did you know that Kadarius Toney had 10 catches for 189 yards? He is the first wide receiver to have 10 catches for more than 180 yards in a rookie game since Anquan Boldin. Stats rules! Stats are what make the rules. What are you talking about? Stats are for losers. Come on, Matt. We're trying to make a living out here. Stats are great. They add the color to the game. They give you something else to talk about.
You ever get a taste of next-gen stats?
The next-gen stuff. You want to talk about a miles per hour on a Buda Baker Chase from DK Metcalf?
20.1.
Ooh, that gets me going in the morning. Stats are not for losers. Stats are aphrodisiac. Stats are amazing.
Like oysters and chocolate.
Yes, they are. Stats.
Hey, I totally disagree with Matt LaFleur. I mean, come on, man. Stats will tell a story. It's just sometimes it is not the story you want to hear. And him seeing his defense in the bottom rankings on 3rd down and some of those other categories, of course he doesn't want to hear that. But, you know, you can kind of skew stats how you want. You know, someone can say, hey, this means that. And I can rebut that and say, well, what about in XYZ situations? Yeah, and so, you know, stats do tell something, not necessarily the whole entire story or the truth, but they do tell a story. It just depends where do you fall on that story. Do you want this side of it or that? And he obviously did not like the story that they were trying to tell him in that press conference.
I had a feeling if we brought up the stats from last year, he would like those stats.
He would love them.
No, the stats are fun. We talk about them all the time. On the field, though, like, there is some truth to this. It's funny to talk about stats with stats. Last player to lead the league in rushing and win the Super Bowl, Terrell Davis, 23 years ago. Last player to lead the league in receiving yards and win the Super Bowl, Jerry Rice, 27 years ago. And this is the best one. The last player to be the league's leading passer and win the Super Bowl was never. It has never, ever happened, and we played over 50 of these. In fact, league's leading passers are 0-6 in Super Bowls. The last person to do it was Tom Brady against the team he's playing tonight. So, yes, on the field, it can be for losers.
Why? Are you guys surprised you reacted like that? I was like, what? What's
it was a strange
This
take.
is Old Trapper beef jerky.
Like, what's wrong
You
with
know,
him?
there was a bunch of questions in that press conference yesterday
winning.
about their red zone deal,
Okay.
and Rodgers was a little frosty about it too. So I think that LaFleur is a little bit pissed off about the red zone thing. So that's why he snapped like that.
Clearly, I was like, what's the problem?
Yes,
All right.
it was a little much.
We talked a little bit yesterday. We got a tweet. Somebody said they were looking to get new ink. They wanted a new tattoo and said, I wonder if anybody has a Good Morning Football tattoo. And I said it was a terrible idea, but I want to ask you guys, believe it or not, D'Angelo Hall, who's got lots of tattoos, should get and add a GMFB weekend one, maybe, to his repertoire.
That's probably not gonna happen. I was telling you guys during one of the breaks, like I love my tattoos, but I was in a different place in my life. They do hurt. Everyone who says, "Oh, I love the pain, keep them coming," "Oh, it just relaxes me," no, I'm not that guy. I'm the guy that every last one of them.
Look at that on your arm,
like,
though. Look at your arm. Look what they did.
They did it.
Yeah, they superimposed one on.
No, that's real.
Superimposed.
I like the beard, man. Pre-graze, man. Pre-graze looks better than the tat, but hey. I don't know much about it, but yeah, probably not for me. I'm
you
sorry.
one of the toughest players. Getting a tattaatu is really painful. And everybody lies about it.
Tattoos hurt. Yes, I don't like needles though.
Every single person I see has one. Is it that bad? I don't have any.
It was pretty bad for me. I tell you what, I got my son's 19. He got his first tattoo on his wrist. And he was in there, you know, big bad. Oh, I get a tattoo. He was in there almost in tears, sweating bullets on a little wrist tag. And I'm like, okay, you want all this? Okay. So that's my thing.
I noticed today you've been going short sleeves a lot. You happen to go long sleeves today. Like you had a lot of tats. Why wouldn't you get Good Morning Football? You got everything else. Come on.
How many tattoos do you have?
I don't even know. Like it becomes a certain point where you don't count tattoos, you count hours. And I got a whole lot of hours.
Hours logged.
Head to toe, covered front to back.
You think you'll ever get tattoos, you two?
No.
No, I wanted one in college for 2 seconds and that passed.
Never.
You?
No, ever.
No?
I just.
You never want to get like a dumb thing on your
I'm
foot or
absolutely the
something?
most fickle person in the world. Absolutely not.
I'm not
No
either.
way. Are we done? Anybody else have anything
And
to
my
say
mom hated
about
it.
tattoos?
She's like, I gave you a perfectly good body and you messed it all up. You know, that's my mom.
We've got more Good Morning Football on the way. Thursday Night Football, hours away.
Good morning. We're already talking about stats being for losers and tattoos on D'Angelo Hall. It also is Mixed Bag Trivia Day. Okay, so today is Eagles versus Bucks, but we've got this wide open MVP race. I don't remember it being this wide open 5 weeks through the season, maybe in recent history. I mean, we're talking about Kyler has a shot, Dak has a shot. Tom Brady playing tonight might be the front runner. Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, the list goes on. So the game we're going to do, the theme is going to be MVPs, okay, and MVP seasons.
Okay.
So it's going to be MVP quarterbacks of yesteryear, MVP quarterbacks of today, and something called the mixed bag, which I'm not really sure about. The producers keep talking about it. It's this mixed bag could be any question.
That's a category?
And it's like pop culture related.
Okay.
All right? So I'm going to give you guys the choice of what category you want. D'Angelo, do you want yesteryear, today, or this mixed bag category?
Well, I'm out on the tattoo for now. Let me do MVP quarterbacks of yesteryear. I like that. Yeah.
Old school.
D'Angelo Hall, let's go back to
Thank you for choosing that.
1997.
My favorite quarterback.
Brett Favre. Your favorite quarterback? Brett
love Favre? Who doesn't?
He won his third straight MVP award, but he actually shared it with another player. There was co-MVPs that year. Who was co-MVP with Brett Favre in 1997? Was it Steve Young, John Elway, Barry Sanders, or Derek Thomas?
Gosh, why do I look so puzzled? Because I feel like I had no clue he had a co-MVP year. I'm gonna probably have to go with, give me Barry Sanders, C.
Why would you go Barry Sanders?
Because I'm thinking he was probably explosive as hell, and, you know, I'm just trying to think. I don't remember it being Steve Young. John Elway, I think, won a Super Bowl in 98, 97, 98, so maybe John Elway. I'm gonna change my answer. Y'all just talk me. No,
I didn't say anything,
I'm
D'Angelo.
looking at your eyes. Your eyes are like telling me to
He's always
change,
wrong.
but then you
don't look at me.
What'd you guess?
I'm gonna stay.
Roll
I'm
in
gonna go
your
C.
category.
I'm gonna stay C. Original C.
Yeah.
Barry
Barry
Sanders?
Sanders. Yeah.
Yes, the
that's
correct
right.
answer is Barry Sanders.
Of course.
Go here, good.
I appreciate that. Y'all gave me that one.
Career high 2,053 yards that season. He closed out the season with over 100 yards rushing in 14 straight games. It's the only NFL season that he actually won the MVP. He was marvelous. Scott Mitchell at quarterback, Herman Moore at wide receiver, and 2 players in the same division were co-MVPs
so cool. Wow.
in 1997.
What's that? There's another co-MVP. Wasn't it Manning and McNair?
McNair, 2003.
I thought so, right?
Yeah,
Also same division.
Yep.
So we always talk about Barry winning it, like him being the last running back, but he didn't even win it all by himself. I didn't know any of this.
Well, Adrian Peterson was
won a
MVP.
couple of years
He won
back.
it by
Sean-
By
himself.
himself.
Right.
He's
Sean
the most
Alexander
recent.
has
Yes,
won
he's
too.
won it.
Yeah.
Sean Alexander was MVP. Wow.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a year.
Super Bowl
Elbow
year.
pads.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like?
Interesting. I will go of today. MVPs of today.
Okay, well, it's very appropriate because we're getting an MVP tonight.
Yes.
His name is Tom Brady, but his last MVP season was in the 2017 campaign, the same year the Patriots ended up losing, ironically, to the Eagles in the Super Bowl. So Brady got 40 votes for MVP, but there's 50 votes. 8 of them went to a second-place finisher.
Oh, gosh.
This is good.
This is a fun one. There's no wrong answer.
Okay.
Actually, there is. There's 3 of them. Take a guess. Who got second place in the 2017 MVP voting? Wentz, Bell,
Yeah.
Gurley, or Alex Smith?
It's not Bell and it's not Alex Smith. Was this the 20 touchdown Gurley year? Did he get that many votes? At running back, we always talk about how running backs never get love here. Is this the year Carson Wentz looked really, really good, his MVP campaign season?
This is our second season as a show.
It is. He went down
That's
with
how
the
I always
injury
look
week
at it.
13.
Yeah, it is our second year as a show. We were at that Super Bowl. I don't know the answer. I'm going to say A, Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz is a great guest, and he would have won the MVP if he finished the season.
Did he get votes?
He did not even get second place.
I would have said Wentz too.
Okay, you were right originally. Todd Gurley.
How many
Gurley,
touchdowns?
second
20-something
in the
touchdowns?
NFL. He had over 2,000 scrimmage yards. He had 13 rushing touchdowns, and he was part of the #1 offense in the league.
He was so fun.
That was first year with Sean McVay. They would lose to the Falcons in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
But out of the gate, this was the big one. In Tennessee, everyone's like, is this team for real? Then Gurley's like, I'm going to gash you for 80 yards on a screen pass.